What is love? Let's define love as true connection. If you imagine humans simply connecting through their hearts, that's what love is. All the other ways of looking at love are just deeper experiences of that basic human connection. Let's imagine walking down the street and there's people everywhere. So these are all humans just like us, trying to do their best based on whatever gifts, challenges, lives they were given. There's a basic human connection between all of us that is also love. The ancient Greeks called this agape. And this is genuine love for each other. Agape means God's love for humanity, or our divine love for others. So it's like looking at another person through the eyes of God, or through the eyes of someone who loves them. What this means is we extend kindness to them and non-judgment. The reason for this is when we can do this, we genuinely can look at another person and say, I know you're trying your best. I don't know your whole story. You may have all kinds of things going on at home that you're struggling with, past lives, karma, ancestral lineage, who knows what you're dealing with. But I trust you're trying. Even if you come off angry or mean or anything, I trust that. This is agape. The lack of this really is what causes most of our problems in society, in relationships. But this is the foundation. All of our relationships begin with agape. Without that, we'll have complete disconnection with our children, our partners, our friends, our colleagues. Agape is the foundation for everything. Now let's imagine that you have a friend. You trust this person. You can tell them anything. You know they'll be there for you. Now imagine you have this connection and it's deeper now. The river is deeper. The Greeks called this philia. It means brotherly love. So now you have a confidant, someone you trust. It's deeper. You know the other person. This is a different kind of love. Now imagine you take someone who you are in love with. The Greeks would call this eros, or erotic love. This person has something that other people don't have. There's something about them that makes your heart pound and you get all sweaty and you just want to be around them all the time. This, when it's within philia and agape, is really beautiful. This is where we can truly reach all kinds of beautiful heights. Eros does not exist without it. If you simply are sexually attracted to someone, but there is no agape or philia, it might be lust, or it might just be a primal desire, but it's not love. And it's really important to see that. Another way of looking at this is like a tree. The tree represents a relationship. The roots are agape. This is what nourishes us. It's what holds the tree together. It's the foundation of everything. From agape, philia grows, this trust, openness, becoming confidants. And within that, there's blossoms, flowers, leaves, and this is eros. And it's a beautiful way of looking at it because in the context of kindness, imagine agape. So you have this flowering tree. Let's take this in the context of an intimate relationship. Every time someone is unkind and there's a lack of agape, it's sort of like cutting off one of the roots or damaging one of the roots. The tree doesn't fall over right away, but it's damaged. Maybe there's a little fewer leaves. Maybe disease gets in. And over time, every time there's an unkindness, every time something happens, another root is cut, and another root is cut, and another root is cut. So slowly there's less trust, less philia. There's definitely less erotic love. There's less of that passion. The relationship may not die right away, but that's the course it's on. Sometimes we go through times when there are no leaves, there's no eros. Maybe there's grieving. Maybe there's difficulty. When there is still agape and philia, the tree becomes stronger. And then what happens? As the roots become deeper and finds more nutrients, one day spring comes and the leaves come out bigger than ever before, and the relationship is even stronger. This is why there is such a great focus on kindness, because the lack of agape, the lack of kindness, is the foundation for all of our separateness, all of our pain in our relationships, all of our struggle, all of our anger. Because this is the foundational connection, right? When you're actually connected to another person, you feel what they feel, right? And when you're connected and they're happy, I'm happy. And when you're happy, you make everyone else happy. But when you're disconnected, you can do anything. This is how we can be mean to people. We disconnect and then we pretend they're separate and we're mean to them, or we're cruel to them, or whatever. But if we're connected, how can I be mean to you? Because then I'll feel it. I'll feel your sadness. And this is a challenge. And again, it's quite a journey to come to this place, because there's a lot of reasons why we've disconnected. Either we believe that disconnection is normal, or we're afraid to be open with other people, or we don't know what to do with what we feel from other people. We can imagine how this lack of agape affects everything. Imagine our relationships with our children. If there isn't agape, if there isn't a lack of judgment and kindness for our children, we will always have distance, because they know they can't really trust us. They can't really show us who they really are. And it doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter what you give them, you'll never have that completely open, loving relationship until kindness and non-judgment becomes the foundation again. Similarly, in intimate relationships, if there isn't agape, if there isn't kindness, you may have sex, but you'll never be able to take it past primal physical sex. It'll never be that absolute magic that's possible. Many people begin to study tantra because they want to experience these incredible, sexual experiences that are possible. But the first step is cultivating this kindness and non-judgment, because without it, you will never have that total blending and connection, which is what creates the absolute magic. It can't be skipped. It is absolutely foundational for all tantric study, and even with outside of that, just simple relationships out in the world. I love this one quote by the Dalai Lama. He says, "This is my simple religion. There is no need for temples, no need for complicated philosophy. Our own brain, our own heart is our temple. The philosophy is kindness."